Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Tuesday morning class. We started this class in a comfortable supine position. So take your arms on the sides of your hips. If you're finding that you would like to bend your knees to feel a bit more comfortable for the lower back, you're more than welcome to place your feet on the side of the mat, hip distance apart, and reset your lower back comfortably. And allow the first couple of moments of the practice to use the breath to bring you to the mat, to the space that you choose to practice this morning. Maybe you were busy this morning already, and or you have a plan for yourself to continue with the day, and your mind is occupied with those thoughts. Try to slowly let them fade and keep your mind focusing on the breath coming in through the nostrils, coming out through the nostrils. And as you're practicing the breathing, start bringing your awareness to the midsection of your torso, to the belly, to the abdomen area, and keep it pretty relaxed. Allow on inhale the abdomen to expand. Allow on exhale abdomen to collapse. But at the same time, notice how the rib cage expands on inhalation, and not just in the front of the body, but also notice how the rib cage presses to the mat as well. And then how on exhale, it's just a kind of a shrinking back. So notice the front, the side, and the back of your body, the back of your torso rather, breathing to all their directions as you filling your lungs and your diaphragm with the air. We'll have here 5 more breaths. And then if you didn't bend your knees, so let us all place the feet hip distance apart and make sure that the feet are parallel to each other. Bend your knees as comfortable as possible to bring your heels closer to the hips. So don't jam your knees too much. Just flex them in a comfortable way. But ideally your shins should be perpendicular to the mat and feet are hip distance. Place your hands closer to your hips. Maybe this time you can turn the palms down toward the floor. And from here we're going to start lifting the hips into the bridge, but not a high bridge. But we're going to stop in a neutral position. So start peeling your hips off the floor. Start with lifting the pubic bone and come to position where you need to maintain this straight line by engaging your glutes. And I want you to feel that your glutes engaged, and at the same time I want you to press your feet to the floor and feel even a little bit engagement of your hamstring. So neutral position, so you're not extending too much through the lower back, and then slowly bring the hips back to the floor. Exhale. We're going to have 2 more like that. So when you're ready, inhale and lift the hips and just hold here, working on breathing engagement and awareness of a posterior chain, your hamstring, your glutes, and maintaining neutral spine. And of course, some of the lower abdomen muscles will be assisting to the lift of the pelvis off the floor, and slowly come down, exhale. So let us have one more time, lifting the hips in a neutral position here, engaging the glutes, press the feet, feels legs are working here, and maintaining neutral position. Keep your breath normal, don't hold your breath, and then come all the way down, exhale. So maybe shake your knees from side to side, maybe shake your legs a little bit here, release your hamstring. And then we're going to find our band that we prepared in the beginning of the class. I'm going to place the band around the thighs. So just a little bit above the knees on the thighs. And then you're going to come into the same position. So same position that we just been. And I would like you to feel how you start engaging a bit the outer edges of the thighs to maintain the knees in the same distance, right? And hands are the same position on the sides of the hips. And we're going to be doing a same lift. So when you're ready, lift your hips up. And as you hold in the position, you at the same time pressing the outer edges just a little bit to feel the resistance, and notice how a bit of a different part of the glutes are working here to maintain that, and slowly come all the way down, exhale. So feel that your knees are not collapsing together, keep this resistance, and when you're ready, lift your hips again. We're going to again have just the 3 reps here. Hold. Keep working on the outer edges of the thighs, on the glutes, and come all the way down. Exhale. And then when you're ready, last time in this position, lifting the hips, pressing the outer edges of the thighs, engaging the glutes, holding, and coming all the way down. Exhale. So bring your knees together, let the outer edge of the thighs rest, and then bring your feet together and press your knees so feet are completely together like in Baddha Konasana, and just let your knees to separate as wide as possible. So a little bit more work for the outer edges and for the inner thighs to hold this position. And we're going to have a 3 lift. So when you're ready, lift your hips up and hold. Notice how a bit of a different part, again, working here. And maintain the pressure against the resistance band. Feel your inner thighs working, and come all the way down. Exhale. And again, lift your hips up, hold. So when you're holding, you want to maintain neutral spine, neutral neck. Feel the inner thighs working hard. Coming all the way down, exhale. Last time, lifting the hips up, holding here, and coming all the way down, exhale. Bring your knees together. Maybe stretch the hamstrings, lift your legs up, flex the feet. We have one more variation here with a resistance band. So you might watch me first. So we're going to bring the feet parallel to the hips. We will be lifting the hips, and then we're going to extend one leg. So one-legged bridge with the flexed foot, working, holding here, and then we're going to bring the foot down and bring the hips down. Okay, so we're going to have 3 times each leg. So when you are ready here, so have a bit of a resistance into the band for the outer edges of the thighs. Lift your hips first into the bridge. So it doesn't need to be high bridge. It's still a neutral position. Start, bring the body to the left foot and extend the right leg. It doesn't need to be high. Flex the foot, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the right foot down, hold the bridge, and then come down, exhale. Catch your breath. the other side. Lift the hips. Bring the body weight to the right foot this time. Extend the left leg, flex the foot, hold 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the left foot down and come all the way down. Exhale. And again, lifting the hips, bring the body weight to the left foot, extending the right leg, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bringing the right leg down. Exhale. Catch your breath. When you're ready on inhale, lift the hips. Extend the left leg. Flex the foot. Keep the leg absolutely straight in the air. That's already 3, 2, 1. Bring the left leg down. Come down. Exhale. So we have a last rep on inhalation. Make sure the breath is natural here. Extend the right leg. Hold 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the right leg down. Exhale. And last time, lift the hips. Extend the leg. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the left leg down. Exhale. Maybe this time, bring your knees to your chest. Massage your lower back. A little bit to rest here. Catch your breath. And then, again, you might watch me first. This time we're going to slide the heels a little bit away. So ideally you have 90 degrees in your knees. And we're going to flex the foot. So we're going to be standing on the heels. And we're going to be lifting the hips and holding the bridge this time. You're going to feel your hamstring working much, much harder here. And come down. Okay, so let us do 3 reps of this position. So when you're ready, so you're on the heels, flex feet. We'll discuss the distance, but start with closer to 90 degrees and lift your hips up. Squeeze your glutes and hold. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down. Exhale. So if it was too hard, bring your heels a little bit closer. If it was too easy, move your heels a little bit further. And we're going to have 2 more reps. Lifting the hips. Hold 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming down, catching the breath. And when you're ready, lifting again, holding 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming down, exhale. This time we can bring the knees to the chest and take the resistance band away. Put it aside. Rock from side to side. And then bring your left foot down to the floor. Extend your right leg up. Flex the foot. And allow a bit of a release, a little bit of a stretch for the right hamstring here. Just a release of any tension that we put the hamstring on. And bring the right foot down. Extend the left leg. Flex the foot. And then let's bring the left leg down again. And from here, find your way to roll on one side and come into the tabletop position. And then just to release the lower back a little bit, release the hips a little bit. Come into the active child pose. Bring the forehead down. Stretch the body here. So we worked in activation of posterior chain in this set of the several exercises. We're gonna just work a little bit on the abdomen, the frontal abdomen muscles. So get yourself into the tabletop position. Set your hands shoulder width apart, your knees hip distance apart. Maintain your neck neutral and then tuck your toes and lift your knees off the floor into beast pose. Maintain your neutral spine, so make sure you are not rounded here. Set your tailbone up, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees down to the floor. If you need a little bit of a stretch for the wrist, bring the back of the wrist on the floor. just to have a bit of a rest here, and then we're gonna have 2 more sets. Again, get yourself into this neutral position, tuck your toes, lift your knees off the floor, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, a bit of a rest, and stretch for the wrists. And the last one. Come into the tabletop position. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your knees down to the floor. And then from here, lift your hips up into the first downward dog. So set the distance between hands and the feet the way that it feels right for you. Keep your knees bent first for the first downward dog. And allow yourself long spine here. Take exhale. And then walk your hands closer to the feet. So you're finding yourself on the back of your mat. And allow yourself a couple of the moment here just to hang in a soft spine. Feel some stretch for the back of your legs. Along the spine, so all what we targeted just released, and then slowly vertebrae by vertebrae come all the way up into standing position. So we are on the back of your mat, and we'll come through the couple of half sun salutation with the activation of a posterior chain again. So when you're ready, lift your arms up and just let us hold here for the moment. And I want you to play a little bit with the pelvis alignment. So get a little bit into the extension and then tug the tailbone under and engage more of the front of the body. Feel the glutes engage here. So neutral position. And again, just lift your tailbone up and then tuck it down and squeeze the glutes and maintain neutral position. One more time. So we want to just remind the body that we don't want to overload the lower back, but we want to assist hold the body with all those engagement of the abdomen area. And then hinge from the hips and come into half fold, sliding your hands just somewhere below the knees. Maintain your neck neutral. You don't need to go low, and you don't want to be rounded in your lower back. You want to be in a neutral position. And in this position for the first set, we're going to be rocking slightly to the front of the toes, slightly to the heels. Slightly to the front of the toes, slightly to the heels. So usually we have a tendency to be on the heels a lot. So I want you to trust the strength of your legs to have a body weight coming forward to your toes and feel how your hamstrings are working here. And of course you assist, there's a neutral position with the abdomen muscles. And then just fold and stretch. Exhale. Taking another exhale, and then slowly let's roll vertebra by vertebra up into standing. We're going to do it one more time without so much details. So with inhale, come into the neutral position. So feel a bit of the work for the glutes and the lower abdomen. Then hinge from the hips and come into the half fold. Maintain the body weight distributed equally. Neutral neck. Feel how everything in the waist area engaged, working to support this hinge. Legs are strong. And then exhale, folding all the way down. And then very slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, roll up into standing. Next one, we're going to continue and go into the full flow. Inhale, neutral. Spine, exhale, folding, half fold. Hands just on the shins. Then bring your hands to the floor and walk into the plank. And in the plank, I want you to think of tucking the tailbone under. Strong glutes, hold the belly in. Push the floor. Think of a puffing the space between the shoulder blades. Then drop the knees down to the floor, keeping the shoulders above the palms. And then move the shoulders forward, bend your elbows, and find yourself all the way down to the floor. This first time, we will separate the legs, having the pointed toes, And keep your face down to the floor, but you can lift the face maybe inch or two. Neck is neutral here. And let us point in the toes and lift in the legs, straight legs, so don't bend your knees. Think of lifting the thighs off the floor a little bit, but you're keeping the neck neutral and just lift the base of the palms, maybe having the tip of the fingers still touching the floor. And keep elbows close to the rib cage. Squeeze the shoulder blades, hold for 3, 2, 1. Then release the legs and very slowly come into the cat stretch. Allow some contour pose here, tucking the tailbone under. And when you're ready, tuck your toes and come into the downward dog. Exhale, long spine, shake your head. And then walk your hands back to your feet. Have a moment here, and then very slowly roll up one vertebra at a time back into standing position. Excellent. Catch your breath. We'll go again, adding a little bit to the flow. Inhale, lift the arms up. Hinging from the hips, coming into the half fold, neutral spine. Then bring the hands to the floor, walk into the plank, tuck the tailbone under, push the floor, resist to the gravity of the front of the body. Then drop the knees down to the floor and come all the way down. Exhale. Again, make sure the hands are on the sides of the rib cage. This time we're not going to be lifting the feet, but legs are working at the same time. You're pressing the top of the feet and lift the torso up. Keep elbows closed and maybe lifting the base of the palms, having just the tip of the fingers touching. Neck is neutral. Feel the whole back of your body lifting your chest off the floor. Everything working on the posterior chain. And then bring yourself into the cat stretch. Rounded spine, drop the head down. And then tuck the toes. Exhale, come into the downward dog. Taking the long exhale. And then walk your hands closer to the feet. And this time come into the half fold. So you are into this hip hinge, neutral spine, legs are working. And then start bring the body weight to the heels, lift your torso. So if you're touching your knees, your shoulders and knees align. And then bring your arms in front of you into the chair pose. Hold for. So make sure you're not folding forward with the shoulders. The shoulders may be aligned with the knees here. And press the hips and come all the way up. Reach arms up and exhale. Bring the arms on both sides of the hips. Take a breath. So let us step into the lunge with the right foot forward. And start first with aligning your right knee to be above the right heel. Step into the distance that you feel comfortable. So not super wide, but comfortable. Have your hands on the hips and just align your shoulders and hips to face the front of the mat. And now we're going to pay attention how we're working with the back leg. So your knee is straight and think that you're pressing, like you're stretching the mat away, right? So stretching the mat away with the left leg. Your hamstring working hard, and at the same time think of pressing the front knee forward, but the knee is not moving. So just engage in a little bit of the right quad. Hold it here strong with a very strong legs, but feeling a lot of work for the back leg. And if you would like, you can bring your arms just aligned with your shoulders. Holding here, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the arms and we'll step to the front, shake the legs, and we'll build it on the other side. So stepping the right leg back, and again, go something comfortable, maybe not super wide, because I want you to be balanced. And start with engaging the back leg. So bring the knees straight, and like you want to stretch the mat apart, using the back leg, not the front, but the back leg first. finding that a right leg is working hard, and then think of pressing the knee, left knee forward, but not passing the shin. So when you get yourself stable here, bring your arms in front of the chest, holding. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the arms, step to the front, exhale. This time we're going to step the left foot back, but we're going to be aligning the torso with the left side of the mat. So come into the warrior two legs basically. And let us just pay attention on the front side. We want to align the knee above the heel. Heels could be aligned together, and the back foot is or parallel to the edge of the mat or slightly forward. Bring your hands to the hips and try to keep your shoulders as parallel to the edge of the mat as possible. And let us again work on the back leg. Like you want to stretch the mat with the left foot away. Engage, and it has to come from the glute, from the hamstring, right? You feel your inner thighs are working as well. And at the same time, think of pressing the right knee forward. So the inner thigh of the front leg is working as well. So bring your hands to the shoulders and then extend your arms to both direction of warrior two, and then bring your gaze to the right palm. Keep shoulders relaxed. So you should feel a work in your thighs. You should feel a work in your legs, a little bit of the abdomen, and not feeling that you collapse into your lower back. So you're trying to maintain as much neutrality in your lower back as possible. Then release your arms and let us just go to the other side. Turn the right foot in and turn the left foot out. So let us first build the front knee. So knee is above the heel, 90 degrees. And then start engaging the back leg. Start pressing the outer edge of the right foot. Feel how the whole right leg is becoming strong, and that's what gives you support. The front knee is just for balance. And bring your hands to the shoulders and then extend your arms and bring your gaze to the left palm and feel the stretch coming from the inner thighs out. Feel a lot of the work for the legs. And this is 4, there, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the arms. Let's bring both feet more or less parallel to each other to start with, and then bring your heels slightly in. So don't go too wide with your toes. Maybe 10 degrees out here. So your feet are quite wide, almost like your warrior two position. And then we're going to come into squat here. And when you're coming into squat, try to avoid of collapsing with the knees in. So think of external rotation of your hips, and let us bounce here. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up, take a rest. And then we're going to come just to the right leg. So maybe going to the right leg, you can go a little bit wider with the left. Slide in here and just bounce here. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up. So keep this width between your feet, and then bend your left knee and go. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up. So we are probably a little bit wider than we were in the first squat. Come into this wider squat. Maintain your knees as wide back as possible, and pulse here. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then come up. This time turn your toes in. Have your heels wider from the hips. Fold forward. Exhale. You can have your arms into position that feels right for you. Feel comfortable. Take the breath and then go toes, heels, toes, heels. Bring your feet together and let's very slowly come up into standing position. Exhale. So I'm going to be with my side for the next exercise. This is a combination of the balance and leg strength. So we'll start bringing the body weight to the right foot, and we'll bench the left knee, keeping knees together. So control that your left knee is not coming forward. So your thighs are aligned and you keep your left foot flexed. And then from the hips, we're going to come into fold that we practice on 2 legs. Neck is neutral. So the gaze is somewhere on the floor. Hold here and make sure that your hips are not traveling backward. Your hips are sitting above the heel. So you feel like you're coming slightly forward with the torso and hamstring here, working to support you. Unfold up. And let's change the legs. Shake the legs. And let's do it again. Bring the body weight to the left foot. And bring your knees together, flex the right foot, and start folding from the hips. So make sure that you're not folding from the waist area here. Maintaining rounding spine. You want to come with a hip hinge. Keep the right foot flexed and keep your gaze in front and make sure the body weight coming equally from the toe to the heel. So you're not standing on the heel. Feel how hamstring is burning here to support this extra body weight that we have in front of the big toe. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come all the way up. Exhale. Shake your legs. So we're going to be adding to this a little bit. We'll bring the body weight to the right foot, and we're going to lift the left knee up, flexing the foot. So trying to lift your left knee as high as possible here. Hold here. And as we're holding, I want you to notice how you're holding your balance from engaging the right glute. So you stabilizing your right hip from the right glute and the lower abdomen, maintaining this high knee position. So a little bit higher, flex the foot. And let's release. Shake the legs, catch your breath, going on to the other side. Bring the body weight to the left foot and lift your right knee up, flexing the foot. And to maintain the balance, you right away, even before you lifting the leg, you need to stabilize the hip from this part, and then you can hold. So you feel like your right leg is light. Everything is really solid on the left side of the body. Hold. And release. So let us now link the 2 movements together. So I'll demonstrate. We'll bring the body weight to the right foot. We're going to lift the left knee. We're going to hold for 3. Then we're going to bring the knee down. And then we're going to come into fold. We're going to hold 3. We're going to come up. And then we'll release the leg. So let us try with our body weight on the right leg. So bring the body weight to the right. Lift your left knee, flex the foot, maintain neutral position so you're not collapsing back to compensate. 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees together. So the upper body maintaining the same position, knees together. And then from the hips hinging forward, body weight slightly coming forward so you feel hamstring working. Hold for 3, 2, 1, lift the torso up and release. Shake your legs. So let's do it on the other side. Bring the body weight to the left foot and right away stabilize your hip, lift your right knee up, flex the foot, hold for 5. Oh, did we tell 3? Okay, let's hold 3. 3, 2, 1. You can hold 5 next time. Bring the knees together, so maintain the neutral position, and then hinge from the hips here. Flex the foot, neutral neck, hold for 3, 2, 1, and then come all the way up and release. So you definitely feel the burning in your hamstring right now, and that's the goal of today's practice, to bring a little bit of awareness of a posterior chain. So let us bring us to the front of the mat, and we'll start the flow from here. Take a moment, maybe with the closed eyes, to catch the breath and just scan the back of your body. Notice how you feel. How you feel the back of the body muscles now just holding you like a wall, giving you support. And when you're ready with inhale, lift your arms up, maintaining neutral spine. Then from the hips, hinge into half fold, hands on the shins. Maybe touching the floor and stepping the left foot back into the lunge and bringing hands to the hips to start with. Think of stretching the body away. Again, using the back leg. This time, if you're comfortable, you can lift the arms up. If it's too much for your shoulders, you can hold the arms 45 degrees or even parallel to the floor. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the hands on the hips and drop the left heel down. So you are facing the left side of the mat into warrior 2 legs. Extend your arms for the warrior 2. Bring the gaze to the right middle finger. Keep pressing the front knee forward, but keep walking with the back leg. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A huge circle with the left arm. And find your way into the plank. Hold the plank. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees down. Exhale all the way down to the floor. Set your hands on the sides of the rib cage. Roll the shoulders back. Very strong legs. Press the chest up, but feel that you're not using your arms to press, but the whole back of the body. Neutral neck. Then tuck your toes, maybe through the cat stretch for the breath. Come into the downward dog. Holding the downward dog with the head between the arms, with the strong supported shoulders here. Use the positioning for the shoulder blades that you feel everything is strong. You're not collapsing to the shoulders. Then when you're ready, step your left foot forward. Into lunge. Take your time. If it needs to be a couple of movements, that's fine. And lift the torso up. Take a moment to find the balance and find the back leg supporting you. Shoulders above the hips. Press the front knee forward using the back leg for support. And when you're ready, arms go into any degree from there, parallel to the floor, into the overhead. Holding 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the right heel down. Align your chest parallel to the right side of the mat. Take your arms parallel to the floor. Bring your gaze to the middle left finger. Hold 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A huge circle with the right arm. Step into the plank. Hold 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees down to the floor and come all the way down. Exhale. So let us just have a moment here with the forehead resting on the palms. And maybe shake the legs from side to side here. We're going to have a couple of exercises for the upper back that we didn't target today much. So for this one, your feet are hip distance, and we're going to bring the arms into the cactus pose. So your elbows are aligned with the shoulders, forearms parallel to the edges of the mat. So you have a very strong legs here. You're not going to be lifting the legs. You're going to still press in the top of the feet to the mat. And you lift your face maybe 2 inches. And then you lift your forearms maybe 2 inches. Your wrist should be parallel to the floor. So don't extend your wrist. Maintain your forearms parallel to the head. Hold 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's rest, exhale here. Take a breath. So the two things happening here, or elbows are too close to the rib cage, or you extend your wrist. So try to avoid that and maintain your forearms parallel to the floor. We have a second set. Having strong legs, even you might feel like how your lower abdomen comes off the floor, like you're holding the belly button in to support the lower back. Lift your face off the floor, lift your forearms off the floor, press them up toward the ceiling. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, come down. Take a breath. And again, pointing toes, strong legs. Lift the torso up, lift your forearms up. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This time, find your way to press the hips back into comfortable child pose. This time, your arms might rest on the sides of the hips the way that it feels comfortable. So your shoulders are resting here. Take a breath, or 2, or 3. Having a passive stretch for the back of your body. And then let us come into seated position with the wide leg. And you're welcome to have your blocks inside your heels. It's not necessary you might just ending up without the blocks, but if you have them handy, you can just have them here. So we'll continue to work with the muscles that are supporting their spine and also creating the stability of the hip that is so important for maintaining our balance. So come slightly into the leaning back, maybe having the hands behind. Welcome to have those hands behind you anytime that you feel you need to. What I want you to avoid is to round in your back. You want to maintain straight spine, and let's lift the right leg off the floor. And drop. And let's lift the left leg off the floor. If you don't need your arms, you can hold them in front. And release. Shake your quads. And then we're going to lift the right leg and we're going to bring it over the block. And then we're going to lift and bring it back. And then we're going to lift the left leg and bring it over the block. And then we're going to lift and bring it back. Now we're going to do it 3 times without touching the floor. So lift your right leg, move it over the block. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's bring 4 out. Okay, and then let's do it for the left and go 1, 2, 3, 4. And here we'll bring the feet together, adding some stretch for the quads, adjust the hips, lift yourself up first, lengthening, and then just fold forward passively, drop the head. Feel some stretch in your inner thigh, feel some stretch on the outer edge of the thighs, feel some stretch in the lower back. Exhale. From here, we'll pick up one block, and we will sit on the block to elevate the hips, and we'll perform the twist, seated twist. So let us have a left knee on the floor. So your left thigh more or less pointed to the front, and you have your right shin aligned more or less with the center of your torso. So find this position, interlace the hands, and allow yourself to lengthen here. Then having a hug around your right knee with the left arm, bring the right arm behind and very gently twist. So don't overdo the twist in your neck, more or less align the chin with the center of the chest, and close your eyes and allow yourself to relax with this position. Exhale. A bit of the internal organ compression, a bit of a more relaxing twist for the spine to activate all the nerves that contacting the spinal cord. Unfold back to the center. Allow yourself to lengthen, and let's go to the other side. So get your right knee down. Shin is perpendicular to the floor. Hug the knee. Allow yourself to lengthen. And when you're ready, go to the opposite twist. So try to maintain shoulders above the hips as much as possible. Keep shoulders relaxed. And unfold back to the center. Allow yourself to lengthen. And we'll come into the line on the back again. Supine position, so find yourself comfortable. If you need to support the back of your head, maybe with a folded blanket, make sure you do it now. And we'll bring the left foot down to the floor, and we'll have a little bit more intense stretch for the hamstring, as we targeted a lot today. So flex your left foot. You can use the strap if you like to place the strap around the foot, but I will demonstrate how you can do this stretch without the strap. So you are kind of securing the knee with one hand, probably the left hand, to make sure that the knee is straight, and then you reach the right hand to wrap around the calf or the thigh if you only can reach the thigh, or behind the knee, and keeping the active flexion of the right foot. You're also maintaining neutral spine, so don't allow the tailbone to come off the floor. Maintain the neutral spine, even if it means that your leg comes a little bit away from the torso. And just think like your big toe is pulled toward your nose. And hold here with the relaxed shoulders. So you're using your leg itself to stretch the hamstring. Hold here for several breaths. On next exhale, bend your right knee and place your right ankle on the top of the left knee. Keep your right foot flexed, and think first of external rotation of the right thigh, so your shin are more or less parallel to your torso, and then lift your left leg, flex your left foot. So it's not relaxed, it's active, and you're pressing with the strength of the left leg, the shin ankle toward the chest, and with this you are activating the stretch around the right hip. So using the left leg, flex the left foot, and keeping the flexed right foot as well. So that support and secure your knee, right knee, and hold, feeling stretch around the right hip, and hold here. Shoulders aligned on the floor, hips aligned on the floor. And release. Let us change. So first we will stretch the left hamstring. So right foot is resting on the floor. Keep your left knee straight again. You can secure the knee with the right hand, wrapping the left hand around the calf or thigh where it feels comfortable. Flex the left foot. Send the heel up, maintain shoulders relaxed. So using the leg itself for stretching. Think of a heel comes toward the ceiling and toe comes toward the nose. Hold. Then let's bench the left knee, place the left ankle on the top of the right thigh, and then lift your right foot, flex the foot, and use the strength of the right leg to press the ankle toward the chest. Keep the shin parallel to the floor. Keep arms resting and feel stretch around the left hip. Hold. Neutral spine, right? Remember that. And let's release. So here we will rotate to one side. We'll start with this side. I'm going to my right. I'm using my right arm as the pillow, and then I bend my left knee, reach to the ankle, and just stretch the quad. So taking the left knee going slightly behind the right leg as much as you can. So maybe even feeling some stretch in the area of the left hip flexor here. But anything that comfortable for you. Hold here for another 2 breaths. And we're going to the other side. So come to the other side, roll and use the other arm as the pillow or any position that feels right for you, and pull the knee backward a bit, holding your ankle, allowing some stretch for the quad of the opposite leg. And let's release, return back into the neutral position on the center of your mat, and we'll just separate the feet on the edges of the mat, taking arms wide, and then drop the knees to right side, creating just a very gentle stretch, very gentle twist. You can adjust the arms. Maybe some of you feel like arms go into wide position, adding some stretch into armpit area and chest area. A very relaxed position here, very passive position. You definitely feel some stretch around the outer edge of your left leg. Taking another exhale. Bring your knees back. Reset your hips and shoulders. Back of the head to the midline. Drop the knees to the left. Maybe turning head to the right. Again, maybe adjusting the arms the way that feels comfortable. Notice how the stretch sensation might be very different on this side of the hip and leg. And then let's come back to the center again. Reset your hips and shoulders back to the midline. Extend your leg this time Take your arms overhead. And let us first just stretch the whole body, pointing the toes. So a little bit of a stretch of the front of the body. And then let us come to Bananasana. So move your arms and heels to the right edge of the mat. Maybe crossing the left ankle on the top, maybe holding the left wrist. A bit of the awareness of the side of the body today. We didn't talk much. We mostly targeted the posterior chain, strength of all the muscles of the back of the body. I would like to address the sides of the body as well. So just to feel balance here. And let's return back to the center. So make sure you are on the center. Sometimes we need to take a look on the toes that we return on the midline, and then move your heels to the left. Move your shoulders and arms to the left, maybe holding the right wrist, maybe crossing the right ankle on the top of the left ankle. Just take a couple of breaths to the whole right side from the hip, rib cage, armpit. Feel some opening, feel some stretch for the tissues that hold in the body like a frame. And return back to the center. So bend your knees again, reset your pelvis, and let's lift the legs up, lift the arms up, and let's shake everything. So shake and keep your muscles relaxed here. So feel how your thighs and hamstrings and calves, everything are just jiggling, and you feel your joints. And the same is for the arms. You feel your wrists and elbows moving. You feel your knees and ankles moving here when you're stretching, when you shaking. Shake for 3, 2, 1, and then just release your legs, heels on the corners, arms wide. Take a deep inhale and exhale through the mouth. Allow yourself to rest in your Shavasana. Just the natural breathing pattern, trying to keep your mind with the body on the mat for a couple of more moments. If you're ready to return back to the movements, find our fingers and toes Jiggling, circle the wrists and ankles. Slowly add movements and knees and elbows, maybe bending knees, maybe bending elbows. Maybe bringing knees to your chest, rocking from side to side. And find your way to roll on one side. Take a moment on the side, maybe hugging yourself. And then bring yourself into seated position, facing the front of your mat. If it's comfortable to come into cross-leg position, go ahead into cross-leg position and bring your hands in front of the heart. Admit the end of the practice. Take a note of the mindset and the body sensations that are a result of this practice. And hopefully you feel yourself positive, enthusiastic, and I would invite you to take those sensations with you and enjoy them through the rest of the day. Namaste.